The Last Supper by Year 5.
The Passover was approaching, and the chief priests and the teachers of the law were looking for some way to get rid of Jesus. Judas went to the chief priests and the officers of the temple guard and discussed with them how he might betray Jesus. They were delighted and agreed to give him money. He agreed and watched for an opportunity to hand Jesus over to them when no crowd was present. The friends of Jesus came to him and asked Jesus where he wanted to have the Passover meal. Jesus told them to go into the city of Jerusalem and find the man with the water jug. They were to follow him to a house where a room would be ready. So they went into the city as he had told them to do, and they found everything just as Jesus had said.
Once everything had been prepared, Jesus and his friends sat down. He was happy to be with his friends, but everyone knew that Jesus was in danger. Some people were even plotting to kill him.
Just before they began eating, Jesus got up and wrapped a towel around himself and began to wash the feet of the disciples. Peter tried to refuse, but Jesus said, "If I, your Lord and Master, have washed your feet, you should wash each other's feet. I have given you an example so you may copy what I have done." As they were eating, Jesus told his 12 friends that one of them was going to let him down, even though he was sitting with Jesus.
They were all very upset, and each of them asked, "Surely, Lord, you don't mean me?"
But he said, "Yes, it is one of you, and even now he is still eating with me from the same dish."
Then he took some bread into his hands and said the prayer of blessing, broke the bread into pieces and gave it to them all. "Take this is my body, I give it up for you."
Then he took the cup of wine and again said the prayer of thanks. He passed the cup to them, and they all drank from it. This is the cup of my blood. It will be given up for you.
Jesus went to pray in a quiet place on the Olive Hill, and he took with him Peter, James, and John.
He was very unhappy. He was afraid of what was going to happen to him. He asked his friends to stay in the garden with him. Then he went on a little further to pray by himself.
He fell to the ground and began to pray to his father. Father, something terrible is going to happen. I know you can stop it, for you can do anything. But if it is your will, then let it be done.
When he came back, he found Peter, James, and John fast asleep. Simon Peter, why are you asleep? He said. Couldn't you stay awake with me for an hour? Then he went back again and said the same prayer once more. Again the disciples fell asleep. When he came back the third time, he said, wake up, Judas is coming now.
While he was still talking to one of his friends, called Judas, came up with some soldiers, all armed with swords and clubs.
Judas walked right up to Jesus and said, Master, and embraced him. Peter drew his sword and struck one of the soldiers.
Jesus looked at Peter and said, Put your sword away. It is my Father's will. This is what must happen.
The soldiers arrested Jesus and took him away.